Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol YGE. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I want to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. This chart is pretty tricky to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 15 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. There's a very big pullback from the high. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a different strategy and perspective going into the trade. And really the easiest way to kind of illustrate this is by throwing in this level of support right here, which was essentially the breakout point, and that sits at about $1.95. Why is $1.95 so important? Well, let's say the price actually comes down here a little bit more. It's already pretty close, but we'll say the price comes down here, flirts right around this area, maybe goes slightly below it, slightly above it, slightly below it, and then starts to work its way back upwards. What would you have in this situation? Emphasis on big picture. So from the big picture perspective, well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have the previous base of lows down there before the whole move happened. If you look at these as stair steps, well, the overall stair steps are still going in the upwards direction. Now, on the other hand, if the price comes down here, breaks through it, and then continues to slope to the downside, at that point in time, it goes from just a deeper pullback to essentially a pump and dump at that point in time, where a price made a great move, and all of a sudden, it's right back to where it all started. I mean, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but price movements with true power make progress forward, right? They're not going to go back to where they were. And quote-unquote back to where it was is essentially anything below $1.95. Now, you may say, no, that's $1.90. Idea here is that you want to start to see if the bulls can make progress after such a big move up, whereas if the price doesn't make progress and it goes right back to where it all started, well, that's what a pump and dump is. Great move up, and then all of a sudden the price is back to where it started. So we'll see what happens with it, but yeah, $1.95, definitely a very important level to keep an eye on next week.
One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.